The lantern in the storm. Some people wait for the storm to pass. Others become the light that leads everyone through it. The question is, which one are you? In a small coastal town where the ocean ruled both beauty and fear, two brothers grew up side by side. Daniel was cautious. Michael was courageous. Daniel believed in safety. Michael believed in responsibility. They lived in a quiet house near the cliffs, where their father once kept an old lantern hanging by the door. Their father used to say, "When the storm comes, someone must carry the light." Daniel hoped that someone would never be him. Michael hoped it would be. One autumn evening, the sky turned a strange shade of gray. The wind didn't whisper that night. It warned. Fishermen rushed back to shore. Shopkeepers nailed wooden boards over windows. The town siren echoed across the coastline. A storm was coming. Not an ordinary one. The kind that rewrites lives. By midnight, the power was gone. Darkness swallowed the town. Waves slammed against the cliffs. Rain hit like thrown gravel. Windows rattled. Fear spread faster than the wind. Then came the news. A small fishing boat hadn't returned. 3 people were still out there. The rescue team hesitated. The storm was too violent. Boats could flip. Lives could multiply in danger. Inside their home, Daniel paced. "It's not our responsibility," he said. "The Coast Guard will handle it when it's safe." Michael stood still, staring at their father's lantern hanging by the door. "It's never safe in a storm," Michael replied quietly. "That's why it's called courage." Daniel felt his stomach twist. "What if you don't come back?" Michael turned toward him. "What if they don't?" Outside, the wind screamed. Inside, fear and courage stood face to face. Daniel saw every risk. Michael saw every life. Michael grabbed the old lantern and lit it. The flame flickered wildly at first, then steadied. Daniel's voice cracked. "You could die." Michael looked at him, not recklessly, not proudly, just calmly. "Maybe, but someone has to go." And he stepped into the storm. The rain soaked him instantly. The wind pushed him backward like an invisible wall. Every step toward the docks felt like walking against the ocean itself. The lantern swung violently in his hand, its light fighting to survive. At the harbor, chaos reigned. Men shouted over the wind. Boats smashed against each other. Ropes snapped. And out beyond the black waves, nothing but darkness. Michael tied himself to a rescue rope. "Hold this steady," he yelled. "You're insane," someone shouted back. Maybe he was. But courage often looks like madness to the comfortable. He pushed a small motorboat into the violent water. The engine roared. The waves answered louder. Daniel stood on the shore, heart pounding in his throat. He wanted to run home. He wanted to hide. Instead, he stayed. Because even fear can learn. Out at sea, Michael scanned the darkness. Then, a faint shout. To the left, there it was. A half-sunken boat, barely visible between monstrous waves. 3 figures clung to its side. The rescue rope tightened. The lantern light cut through rain and chaos. "Over here!" Michael screamed. One by one, he pulled them aboard. The final wave nearly flipped them. For one terrifying second, the lantern fell into the water. Darkness swallowed everything. Daniel's breath stopped. Then the boat reappeared between waves, and slowly, it turned back toward shore. When the boat touched land, the town erupted not in cheers, but in disbelief. They were alive. All of them. Michael stepped onto the dock, exhausted, shaking, soaked to the bone. Daniel ran to him. "You could have died," Daniel said, voice breaking. Michael nodded. "I know. The storm didn't stop that night. But something changed." The next morning, when neighbors cleared debris and repaired damage, something else became clear. The storm hadn't just tested the town, it revealed it. And Daniel realized something powerful. The storm wasn't the enemy. Fear was. Here's what most people misunderstand about courage. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's the decision that something else matters more. Daniel thought safety was strength. Michael understood responsibility was strength. And here's the truth. Every storm in your life will present you with 2 choices. Stay inside or carry the lantern. You don't need to be fearless. You just need to be willing. Because someone, somewhere is waiting for the light only you can carry. The storm will come. Loss, rejection, failure, uncertainty. You can wait for conditions to improve. Or you can step forward when others step back. And when you do, you won't just change the outcome. You'll change who you are. The bravest people are not born different. They simply decide differently. So when your storm arrives, ask yourself, will you protect your comfort or will you protect someone else's hope? Because in the darkest moments of life, the world doesn't need more observers. It needs lanterns. And maybe that lantern is you.